Hey everyone, welcome back to Linux Weekly, daily Wednesdays where we sit back, relax, take that midweek break, talk about some of the fun things going on in the world of Linux and open source. I'm Vince Stone, that is Joe Bryant, everybody chatting live, doing the thing that we do. Come join us at LWDW, 3 p.m. Eastern-ish, when my UPS isn't screaming at me.
And that's an annoying squeal, too. You can hear it in the middle of the night.
Personally, I'm willing to live with it, but we got to do a show, so I had to cut it off, and it was fighting me on it at every moment. Plenty to talk about this week. Nothing exciting happened today at all, but we just got a regular show. We're going to be talking about handheld Pentiums, a really cool keyboard PC combo that I think would have been fantastically neat to have like 20 years ago. Huawei is getting into Linux PCs, and of course, I got my hand digits on the Ornage Pi 6, and I'm going to tell you about some of the things I discovered while playing around with it. But first, just playing a little bit of catch up, seeing what we're up to, what's new. And I was telling Jill about this. Something I thought was kind of interesting, and I've been paying attention to more and more and more as watching just the, I don't even want to say gradual decline of what passes for social media, but Mastodon. You know, I got curious enough to like spool up my own Mastodon instance and like, okay, how does this stuff actually work on the back end and tie it around? And something that I haven't used or I've missed with Mastodon is when you boost something, you just boost it. It's just like, oh, okay, you're just sharing it, which, 80% of the time it's fine. But here's the thing. Sometimes I don't share something because I'm thinking to myself, well, I want to add some context to this, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And like, this doesn't make any sense. You're like, why are you sharing this picture of a long whatever? Like we were looking like that weird Sega Saturn thing in the pre-show, and I'm like, but I want to tell people about like what's going on before I share it, and like, oh, look, and then maybe they'll go look for it. And that is why I want to bring this up, man. What do you think about this? Mastodon 4.5 is rolled out.
This is fabulous.
Quote post, a solution to missing replies and more, which is great. And they've already tied it together and put it together. And I'm very happy to see it. Just wanted to give it a bit of a shout out. If you haven't gotten into Mastodon, dude, it's getting there. It's getting there. I'm not going to run out and start cheerleading because it's completely different than what you're used to. I can just imagine if you'd grown up in the world of like Twitter and your Facebook and TikTok, and like you're hooked on that algorithmic fire hose of like being, spoon-fed what you should be interested in.
And this you can curate, which is fabulous.
Which is also the problem, though.
Yes, and it's sometimes hard to find things.
you gotta put in the work like you did back in the day.
Yeah.
To people at our age, it hits a little different because we had to go out. We know what a web ring was. We were there, man. Like we used them.
Yeah.
We had bookmarks and we kept track of stuff. So doing the legwork of like curating like your own interesting list, and like this is a problem with everything else. And just getting that tied together in your searches and finding new stuff. So I think this is also going to help with that. But really good to see. What about you, Jill? What's new? What you got going on, my man?
Well, then there was a huge announcement this morning. So Ven is going to get that Steam Deck in a cube form factor he has been wanting for years. Valve just announced a new Steam machine today that will be available early 2026. It's whoa! So Art Theron in chat called it the Gabe Cube. LOL. For Gabe Newell, the CEO of Valve, who released this beautiful Steam computer. And gosh, it's much faster than the current Steam Deck. Of course, we were hoping that would be the case. And it's supposed to allow you to play AAA games, which is really sweet. I can't wait to do all those tests on it. And it's intended, for a media PC, for your home entertainment center. But boy, have we been waiting a long time for this, huh, Ben? This is like, jeez.
I don't see what you're so excited about, because like I was very, very, very clear and explicit in my instructions that I want a Steam brick. I believe you've delivered a Steam cube. How dare you?
It is 16
Practically
cube.
not worth anything.
Oh, but it's close enough. It's a little taller than Ven wanted, and what I was just thinking about it when I first looked at it. It's Valve's next cube with unicorn vomit. Yes, people, it has an RGB strip on it on the front, and I'm sure, Ven, you could disable that.
Put some tape over it, man.
Yeah.
Tune in Saturday. We're going to go into that. We've already sorted in on the show notes and like tearing through this stuff. So
yeah,
check that out this weekend on Linux Gamecast. But like, we're going to give it a mention. Like, it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah. This is huge news for Linux and Linux gaming, and then just Linux in general for the progress of the desktop.
And remember, we said the exact same thing when the original Steam machine launched.
Yeah, we did, but this time it's different because we had a Steam Deck between.
Right, guys? Yeah. It's different. Come on. Okay. Let's go ahead and jump into it this week with
Steam Deck.
Pentiums
Change the world.
in your hand. What's this about, Jay?
So this cool retro handheld computer was built by Shangliang Li using an industrial Pentium PC motherboard. The components are housed in a very well-designed case that was printed using SLA technology, and which my husband uses also at his work to print parts and make parts. So he knows that very well. But this build includes a VGA screen, a compact flash card connected via the IDE interface for storage, and it appears to be powered by a USB-C power delivery board. Now, I personally just love the retro look of this Pentium handheld, complete with a beige case and a big red power button that switches back and forth. And there is a split mechanical keyboard and a Logitech trackball mouse on the top side, which I am sure Ven approves of. And that made me happy too, because I love the days of the little mini trackballs on the older laptops. I just love that. Like in the late 80s, early 90s, you had a lot of the big chonking laptops with trackballs. And that's, of course, what Ven uses 24/7 as a trackball.
Even when I sleep 24/7, man. I got one next to my bed.
He sleeps.
Yeah.
He has a gerbil next to his bed that rolls.
Dozens of them. It's just like a ball pit.
So this handheld Pentium runs the Windows 98 operating system, and it is shown playing games from the 1990s era, like Tomb Raider 2, Diablo 2, Warcraft 3, Reign of Chaos, etc., etc. But if you put Linux on it instead of Windows 98, you will have greater flexibility to play even more games. That was the only thing, is that he didn't have it set up out of the box to run Linux, but I'm sure it can. So, but it's really cool that this developer made a handheld that looks so nice. I mean, it looks professionally made. It doesn't look all, janky.
Dude, it's just really neat. And, they got all the instructions. If I'm going to be picky, It's using like the floppy emulator type thing. Come on, you could have put a laptop floppy drive in there. Yeah,
I was thinking about that too, Ven. You need that click, 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 click.
I don't know what you would actually load on it, but like, just for that. Yeah, well, it would eat the battery life. But no, this is just dope. I love stuff like this.
Me too.
Big chunky keys.
It is. And it even has a gaming keys on it. The triangle, the circle, and the square.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm down for it. So, yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's even got that aged yellow plastic.
Exactly.
Super
Which he
Nintendo.
spray painted. Yeah, he painted it. Yeah, because it was white when he printed it, and he painted it beige.
This is everybody. You need to do your part to confuse archaeologists 1,000 years from now. You're like, what was this? What time period? We don't understand it. There we go. That is our handheld Pentium. Really cool to see. Something you could stick together yourself, but always fun to look at. Now, something that might be a little more difficult to stick together is a product that we were talking about last week, physical keyboards, right? And
yeah,
I want to believe that I genuinely miss physical keyboards. Like I talk about that along with a lot of people online when we're like, yeah, I miss the BlackBerry and like the old typing. And I always have a keyboard case on my tablet folios when I'm out and about. I carry, a little 10-inch tablet. It's small on me. Trust me, it makes sense when you see me like in meat space. But do I actually use that keyboard? No, not really. Not when I need to like type a quick note, get back to a text message. I swipe it out. I got a little swipe keyboard.
Yeah.
But I just might get back into actually click, type in, and just that feel. You can feel it right now if you're of a certain age. You're like, how those things felt when you typed on it. Well, that's the promise of the OmniOne 5.7. Look at this little guy. Look at this. We're talking about bricks, right?
Yeah.
Like this is definitely a brick, an OmniOne on your way. It's a wide brick too. It is. So this is a block of neat, man. 5.7-inch screen. It's got an Intel N150 at the core. Now, recently, I reviewed a single board computer with an Intel 150. And I was like, cool, man. Like, let's see how much better in an N100 than this is. It's exactly the same, except it says N50 on the top of it, man. But look at this. All right. This is we got to scroll down a little bit because I know you people out there. You see it on the side? Do you see it? That's a full-size Ethernet jack.
Sweet.
Look at that. There it is. Bigger picture of it. RJ45. It's got an ether hole.
Yeah. I'm so happy they did that and they made it thick enough, to put one in. That's really great. Not trying to be all thin like the, Apple tablets.
Apple and Samsung going, dude, we can't put a headphone jack in there. It was like, how about a full-size? Like, yes. Like,
yeah.
The usability of like having one of these laying around, I'm like just instantly expanded for me right there. And right here, it supports Windows 10, Windows 11, Linux, and the Linux. All right, listen. A couple of different options on it, different ways to play around with it. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you after playing with that Latte Panda, which came shipped with a Windows 11 in the video. If you've watched that from Interfacing Linux, it was very quick, like in and out. But I like poked around it when it was tragic, people. N150 Windows 11, not a great experience. But it's x86, so you can just put whatever you want on it.
Yeah. And
it's not crazy expensive, and you can tell by the way I'm saying that it's not cheap. They've already hit their Kickstarter. They've already got $161,000 out of the $5,000 goal. And again, like we were talking last week, they've already made these. They're just trying to figure out how many they're got to put together and get ready to ship. So if we take a look, I was already on it. We scroll down, $359 for the little early backer thing. They'll get you an 8 gig model, which depending on what you want to do with it might be enough. $399 if you want to rock and roll with the 256 gig, and 16 gig is going to be $459, which puts it in the I'd have to play with one first.
Yeah.
I have to play with one first. Let me play around with it. What's this one? 32 gig, 1 terabyte.
Sweet.
Yeah, 32 gigs of memory with an Intel 150. What you can do with that? What you can do with that? What you can, just quit being silly. But if you got $700 to drop, and there you go, man. I just wanted to give this a mention because I know we all talk about, Cyberdeck, Arthurian brought up. Yeah. In chat,
absolutely.
And that's what this is, and it's not fold out and it's not pop out. Now, it's not as small as you're thinking. I think this does a good job of showing it in this dude's hand.
Yeah.
Right here, it's
like a small tablet or a foldable phone that folds out.
You remember the little 7-inch tablets from Google back in the day, something like that.
Yeah.
But more squarish. But then again, it is usable at that size. It's not like picking and poking at a little tiny thing. I'd have to play with it. I want one.
It is really cool, and I like that it has a nice widescreen on it, and it's really sleek and really well built, and what a great price. I think for the starting one, that's a great price, because some of these other pocket PCs like this we've looked at in the past are more expensive. There was one that was like over $1,000 we looked at about a year ago or so. And
I mean, if they're really pushing these out, 36 watt USB-C charging adapter. What does this thing get on it? About a 16.34 watt hour battery. So I'll give you a couple hours on it.
Yeah, definitely. And, with this device, it's just, I think they've really nailed it. And this is something that I would really, really love to play with.
And it also really feels like it would be an absolute train wreck on Windows.
Yeah, good. So this is a pocket PC. And it also is bringing the word palm top back
palm top
in the world. Yeah, palm top. And in fact, that's what I was thinking when I first saw it. I'm like, oh, it's the size of one of my old palm tops, like my Atari palm top.
See, when you say palm top, I think about like actual Palm Pilots.
Yeah. Well, there's that too. Yeah. But the palm top has a form factor.
It does have an accelerometer in it, and like it does screen rotation and stuff like that. Like I'm sure it'll be a tragic train wreck on Windows, and I do want to see people grabbing it. Wouldn't suggest trying to buy one for gaming though. Yeah. All right. Huawei has launched a homegrown PC with custom processors, and of course, the reason we're talking about it, a Linux-based operating system.
Yeah, exactly. So Chinese technology giant Huawei has launched new desktop PCs as part of its strategy for technology independence and being able to build systems entirely with Chinese components. These new systems belong to and I'm going to butcher this, so bear with me. I'm going to spell it out. Qingyun. Qingyun. Quangyang line, and it includes the W515Y and the W585Y models. And they are powered by Huawei's own Kirin 9000X chip, which is an 8-core, 16-thread ARM-based processor clocked at 2.5 gigahertz. And they feature quad-channel LPDDR5X memory and support both flash storage and hard drives. And these new PCs are compact, weighing around 3.6 kilograms, and include USB Type-C, multiple USB 3.2 ports, wired networking, and VGA and HDMI. And they will also be bundled with Huawei's own keyboard and mouse. And what is really interesting is that Huawei chose established Linux variants for their desktop PCs over its own Harmony OS. So they offer consumers a choice between two Linux-based Chinese operating systems, Tongzin UOS V20. Tizen.
Tongzin. What we're calling it here.
You know why? I think I've never read that word out loud. Okay. So Tizen UOS V20 and Galaxy Kylin V10. And using other established Linux distros honestly is a smart choice because they ensure stability and software support for, specialized workflows. And this will help Huawei to gain more market share, of course, and customers. Well, Huawei has not disclosed the pricing or official availability dates for the new desktops yet. But I have a feeling we're going to see those numbers soon. But to me, these new computers definitely look like the run-of-the-mill office desktops offered by Dell, HP, or Lenovo, which is one of the markets they are probably aiming for. So yeah, it looks like a Dell Optiplex to me.
It's a business PC. That's like what they want. You make a bazillion. Yeah. This is where these companies, that's where Intel makes all of its money.
Yeah, exactly.
Laptops business, well, used to. I mean, I don't know about these days, but,
yeah.
Pretty interesting. They brought up, homegrown, stuff that's not x86. I think we're going to be seeing more, because people get excited about RISC-V. People have been excited about ARM. I'm currently in the process of getting my hands on x86 non-Intel, x86 compatible long arch type stuff, which has already, been landed in support for Debian and places like that. More options, more better. Harmony OS, though, you don't want to play with it. I played around with that on what we're about to talk about, the Ornage Pi 6 Plus, which I got my hands on, had one for a little bit. Guess I was the first one, like English language review, to get that out. And I did a little bit of a write-up over on Interfacing Linux. If you want to go check that out, interfacinglinux.com, did a video just talking about it because it's a pretty cool bit of kit. 12 cores and just enough weirdness to keep things interesting, man. That's really the way I look at it. And of course, I did a couple of things. This is more of a smoke test just to see how it was going to work. And of course, I played around with Windows 11, Android, Linux, and Harmony OS for about 10 seconds. And I'm like, nope, we're going to put Linux on this thing. And going through the BIOS and getting all that programmed. And when I say 12 core, look at that. I tried to play Fork Knife and it wouldn't load. I didn't have enough space on the Android image. I was like, man. Then I was like, I don't care enough. Whatever. I'm not doing it. Ran benchmarks on it. A bunch of cool things with this system. One being that it is like the Orion 06. It's got UEFI, so you don't need a specialized distribution on it. I just grabbed a copy of Ubuntu Nightly UEFI, put it on a thumb drive, and installed it like you would a regular PC. It's got that ability. Still waiting on these CPUs now. This one's got the 8160 12-core system from CIX, and the Orion 06 has the 12-core 80. But I benchmarked them. I even played around with fishies. If you look at the benchmark here, I mean, it's a little faster in multi-core, the Orion 06.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe a bit. And like, if you want to get an idea of like, this is not your Raspberry Pi 5. Raspberry Pi 5 is down here at the bottom, well under an Intel 100. This just smokes these things, man.
Yeah.
Very interesting to see. And it's very power thirsty. But again, everything's going to be in the write-up. Something that was fascinating, though, I did face detection, of course. You got to see how many skibbity toilets it could get.
Yes, skibbity.
You got to be happy. It was able to find Waldo. I was very pleased. I did a search, and it was like, hey, there's Waldo. But Quake 3 Arena Vulkan has been one of my tests ever since I started playing around with single board computers. Why? Because I'm fascinated and amazed that you can just run Vulkan on ARM these days. And I'm like, that's so cool. That's very fascinating. So I've always compiled a copy and built a copy, set it up, and run just the test demo, which is that file that I watched, 20 plus years ago. And out of the box, Jill, Quake 3 Arena has a frame limiter on it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Take a guess at what the out-of-the-box frame limiter set at. This is a game that came out in like 2003?
24?
Yeah, it's a shooting game, Joel.
Oh, well, 30.
For PC?
Yeah.
90.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of old days of playing it.
Quake 3 Arena, the frame limiter is set at 90 FPS.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Naturally,
oh, yeah. Okay, so you're probably getting like over 100.
Well, I took it off and I'm like, okay. Turns out, everybody, the frame limiter's got a frame limiter in it.
Oh, okay.
Right? And I'm like,
interesting.
I'm thinking, because like if on a rock chip board, if you get a rock chip like the Ornage Pi or like the Rosdo, they get about 400 FPS at 1080p, which I'm like, that's pretty good, isn't it? Well, most of this test that I did, if you look in the upper right-hand corner there, was at 1,000 FPS.
Cool. Sweet.
Because that's where the frame limiter is after you take the frame limiter off.
Okay.
It was doing way more than 1,000 FPS. When they wrote the game, they're like, there's no point. Nothing will ever do 1,000 FPS on this. And this board very happily, now I'm sure a modern GPU, you won't have a problem with it, but this is just using the Immortalis G720. And it pegged it at 1,000 with the occasional dips into the 800s. But yeah, I was running x86 games on it through Box 64, played some Streets of Rage, played some Silksong, did some PlayStation 3
Silksong.
emulation.
I saw the Silksong.
Yeah.
It looked really nice.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting. All right, correction. Quake 3 Arena is 99. Thank you, Scott Michonne.
Oh, okay.
So even earlier than that. But yeah, dude. Interesting board. Worth checking out. And it's not the only mini one, because Rosda's coming back. The first ones to ship the CIX. I was talking to Jeff, old Jeff Gerling.
Yes.
On the Twitters.
Our friend.
And the YouTubes. A Minisform has also released a mini PC, because he was like, I put out the video on Monday. He's like, wait, what? And I'm like, is everybody getting it? Because he didn't know about this, and I didn't know about his Minisform. And we're like, oh, and his video came out too, which is really cool. A lot of people are fascinated in that. They went and watched it. Everybody liking and subscribing, like over on YouTube. I think it, like last time I checked, it's been out for like 2 days, and it's about to clock over 20,000 views, 1,000 likes, and all that fun stuff. So that's great. A bunch of people finding out about interfacing Linux, which is good, because like I want to bring back just some real actual hardware reviews that are Linux focused. You do a lot of single board. Yeah, man.
This is awesome.
Even if you're not into the single board, you got to start somewhere. You got to work your way up, people. You just can't walk up to old NVIDIA, old Intel, old AMD, and be like, hey, how you doing? Yeah, give me $1,000 GPU. They're like, who are you? Go away. We're getting there. We're doing the baby steps. We're going in the right direction. So Ornage Pi 6 Plus, very much a development board. Don't recommend you to go buy it. But cool technology.
I just realized, Ben, every topic was hardware this week. That's cool. We haven't done an all hardware show.
Fun.
Yeah, it is.
Hardware gets people excited.
Threw in one that would default to 98, but of course you could put Linux on that.
It was something you could build. The plans are available, man. Like
they sure are. Yeah.
You can still have fun with tech, and that is something I've been focusing on a lot at Interfacing Linux, because x86, I saw somebody Joe will know, the Jay's 2 cent.
Oh, Jay's 2 cents. Yeah.
That gentleman, he's been around forever. And he was talking about, he's like, people just lost their enthusiasm. Like, what's going on? And if you look at like a lot of like traditional, technology YouTubers, what are they doing these days? They're like, here's how to build a cooler, or like, here's a value, because there's nothing interesting to talk about. We just kind of petered out with like, hey, AMD's released a slightly faster CPU. Hey, look, NVIDIA or AMD's released another video card I can't afford. Or like, there's no way I'm getting away with paying $1,000 for a GPU, even if you can't afford it, right?
Yeah. All those tech tubers are bored. That's why they need to.
They're not bored. They don't have anything to like promote, Jill. Like
there is that problem. Yeah.
There's like, here's the cool new thing to go play with. They're like, oh, here's another thing that's like, and this is where I've started getting fascinated with, the single board embedded stuff, like in the progress that's being made there. And there's still a bunch of cool stuff to get excited about, is what I'm saying, man. And I think we covered a lot of it this week.
Yeah, we sure did.
On the show. But that puts us at our 30-minute mark. So we need to bring up the bouncy and get out of here for this week, everybody. Let's do it. Roll the credits.
Let's do it, Ben. Oh, nice. We got our lovely advisor, Artherin, our top patron, our executive producers, Barbrandt, Scott, Atomic, our Chicago Kits Mules level, Glorious Egg Roll, Basil, Empty, our Sea Monsters, John, Dirty Dean, Dementor, System T, our Death Notes, Chad, Romeo, Zeno, Nova, Oil of Hope, our Chairlings, Colin, Nick, Jason, Jolly, Turbo, Tree Sloth, Turbo. We love you, Turbo.
Making up for last week.
Yeah, I sure am.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, have a great rest of your week. Thanks if you're watching live at LWDW 3 p.m. Come say hi for the pre-show and the post-show, which will be available later. Links in the description. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Love you all.
What is whoop backwards?
Poo.
Poo.